It's now officially the first summer season in my farm, aka Cozyville Farm, and I am so ready for all the summer vibes in the valley. In case you're curious how spring went at the farm, you can catch up by clicking the link here on the top right corner. But without further ado, let's put our sunglasses on.
A few moments later.
Green rain? What is that? A green rain has this. Wait. Oh my god, look at that. I'm starting the summer with 6,902 gold in my pocket, so not too bad, unlike the first day of spring with only 500 gold and 15 parsnip seeds. That was sad. I currently have 2 quests in my journal. One is to slay 10 of these annoying bouncy slimes, and the second quest is to reach level 40 in the mines, which will be a little challenging but shouldn't be too bad. I now have the expanded backpack consisting of 24 slots instead of my previous tiny backpack. I'm keeping some trash I got from fishing like the broken CD and soggy newspaper in my chest because I could turn them into something more valuable once I have a recycler machine later on in the game. I always start the day by filling up the water bowl and saying hi to Ginger, my dog. I then resume my role as the slave of the valley immediately and get into work mode to plant the 9 melon seeds I have in my backpack. I also now have a chicken coop, which I worked so hard for throughout the spring to afford building one. It's still empty right now, so I'm planning to buy some chickens soon, since ranching is my favorite part of Stardew. I see Maru needing help from someone to give her 1 copper bar, but of course I'm saying no because I don't have one yet either and I need it for myself. Sorry Maru, find someone else, okay? I bought some corn seeds, more melon seeds, and also pepper seeds from Pierre's. I then expand my farm, plant them one by one, then water them for the day. I decided I want more seeds, so I go back to Pierre's and buy some radish seeds. I've planted all my seeds now in the farm. I really want to start upgrading my tools, but I have to smelt some copper ores to get more copper bars first, so I did that. I feel quite accomplished on my first day, so I decided to just go to bed early. This season, I'm really trying to start filling up the scrolls in the community center, which is something I was neglecting in the spring since I was so focused on getting out of poverty before. I quickly water my crops as usual for the day before making my way to the community center. I found a clam yesterday at the beach that would be needed for one of the scrolls. I make my way to Clint, the blacksmith, to break a geode I have in my backpack. I got a calcite, which I've donated to the museum before, so I'm just gonna sell this one. Okay, so now I'm very excited and I make my way to Marnie's to buy some chickens. I run to her with much excitement after waiting the whole spring season, only to find her slacking in her job that day and not to be found during her opening hours. I did a little bit of foraging instead and went back to the community center to put in a spice berry and a sweet pea. I smelt more copper ores because I need 5 copper bars in order to upgrade a tool. I still have a lot of energy today, so I go to the mini quarry I have at my farm and smash some stones, mainly to release some angst since I couldn't find Marnie earlier in her ranch to buy chickens. I go to bed around 8:30 p.m. and there's an earthquake that happened. I wonder what that means? I got a letter in the mail from Mayor Lewis asking my help to find him his purple shorts that he had left somewhere. I see Mayor Lewis getting spicy with someone. I make my way back to Marnie's ranch today and this time she is not slacking. So I decided to buy 4 chickens from her. First one is named Sneno, second is Larto, third is Mortu, and fourth is named Kochli. I'm too lazy to custom name each of them, so I just said yes to whatever god Eric Barone suggested. He's the developer of Stardew Valley, by the way, if you don't know. I also bought some hay from Marnie since I need to feed my chickens and I don't have a silo yet, and I haven't been cutting wild grass to make hay. I entered my coop and look at all these adorable chicks. Like, come on guys. I greeted them one by one and I'm so obsessed with how cute they are. I gave them some hay to eat. I level up to level 5 in farming and I decided to be more of a rancher, which would increase my future animal products by 20% more. The next day, my main objective is to build a silo. So, after watering my crops for the day, I made my way to the one and only Robin, who I have a love and hate relationship with since she's been taking so much of my money. The cost to build a silo is 100 gold, 100 stones, 10 clays, and 5 copper bars. It would be very helpful to me so all my hay can just be stored in there. I made my way to the blacksmith to break open a couple geodes before going back to the farm and spending the rest of the day just clearing some junk and smashing stones at the quarry to burn off some extra energy. I'm plotting and planning in my head how I want to build some fence around the coop so that my chickens can free roam soon and eat wild grass instead of eating the hay. But I'm just too tired today, so that's for tomorrow. I walked to the museum this morning to donate a rusty spur that I dug up the other day. I received starfruit seeds as a reward. I stopped by the blacksmith to see the price to upgrade my tools. It's 2,000 gold and 5 copper bars, which I don't have at the moment since I'm still somewhat poor. I decided to also do some fishing today from the bridge. I got a sunfish, a Joja Cola, and another Joja Cola. As I'm making my way back, I stumbled upon Alex. He overheard someone telling him that I got some chickens the other day. I guess everyone in this town is gossiping about me behind my back. I got an urge to give him a gift, so I whip out my Joja Cola from the river and give it to Alex. He's very upset and thinks the Joja Cola is a garbage, which technically is true since I just got it from the river, so I just left him right away out of embarrassment. Sorry, Alex. I smashed some more stones at the quarry to burn off extra energy, then I just go to bed. So the next day I woke up and realized that I completely forgot to tend to my chicks yesterday. I didn't even feed them. I feel like such a jerk at this point. And of course, they're all mad at me. I cut some grass outside so I have hay to then feed them. I then make my way to the blacksmith again to break a geode, but turns out it's only 10 stones, so nothing exciting here. I stopped by the community center to put in a pepper for one of the scrolls. I then wander over to the beach and found a couple rainbow shells. They're quite pretty actually, but I'm just gonna sell them for money. I try fishing on the river of my farm, but nothing seems to be biting at all. I waited for a while and I just got a soggy newspaper. I end my day by cutting down some more grass to stock up on hay in the silo. The next morning, I receive a letter from Willie. Seems like he has a deluxe fishing pole and some bait for me. I wonder if he's just gonna give it to me for free or is he gonna make me pay for it? I water all my kits like usual and also Ginger's water bowl. And then I realize it's actually harvest day for all 10 of my radishes. I then go over to my coop and lo and behold, all my chicks are adults now and they've all laid eggs for me. One of them is brown, which personally is my favorite out of the bunch. I greet them one by one, then grab all of the eggs. I then make my way to Pierre's to buy some tomato seeds and blueberry seeds. I then suddenly remember that I have a quest from Mayor Lewis still to find his purple shorts. I have no idea where it is and I refuse to Google it, so I'm just keeping it at the back of my mind for now. I put some fertilizers on the soil before I planted my blueberry seeds, which should give me better quality ones. Definitely better than the Driscoll's ones, which often are so wrinkly and sour. I'm wandering to the north and found a lost book after digging up some worms, and I also foraged a couple grapes. I stopped by the community center to offer the grape for one of the bundles, thus completing my summer foraging bundle. I got 30 assortment of wild summer seeds as a reward, which is quite a lot actually. There's a new scroll that suddenly appears now in this abandoned blacksmith kind of a room. I don't know what the appropriate name is for this room, so I'm just calling it the kiln room. I expanded my crops quite significantly so I can plant those summer seeds I got. Today is quite a productive day and I earned 1,553 gold, which is quite high for me at this point, probably because of the radish and eggs. It's a new day and I now have a lot of crops to water. After tending to my chickens and dropping some hay, I make my way to Clint the blacksmith and hire him to upgrade my pickaxe to be a copper pickaxe now that I have enough money and copper bars. It'll take him a couple days to finish. I stumble upon Alex alone at the beach for no reason and he called me farmer guy and he said I look burned. I wonder if it's a compliment or more like a ew, you look burned. I decided to wander around to the southern forest looking for Mayor Lewis's purple shorts, but I couldn't find it. I wonder where he had left it. I'm quite invested now with restoring the community center, so I make my way all the way there again today to drop off a cockle I had found at the beach for the crab pot bundle. At the end of the day, I leveled up to level 4 of foraging, and I can now craft a tapper and mushroom log, which would be quite interesting because I do love mushrooms. Day 9 is harvest day for my peppers, which I'm quite excited about because I'll get some extra money. I grab the chicken eggs and worship them like Mufasa and Simba on Pride Rock. I dug up some worms up north and found 3 summer squash seeds and a book called Jack Be Nimble, Jack Be Thick. And I legit was like, is this a magazine? Is Stardew Valley now an adult game all of a sudden? What about Jack is nimble and thick? It says if I read it, I'll gain +1 defense, so I did, and just like that, I've learned a new power. I expanded my crops a bit more so I can plant the 3 squash seeds I got. I'm walking around the town and saw Alex selling ice cream for 250 gold. I debated whether I should buy one or not and give it to him as a gift, but I decided not to and to save my money since I only have 1300 gold right now. I saw Leah at the beach just listening to the sound of the ocean, which I actually really enjoy too, but no time to waste now because I need to slave away and make a living, so I just go to bed early and start the next day. I received a letter from Mayor Lewis this morning that there will be a Pelican Town Luau at the beach tomorrow and there will be a communal potluck. He wants me to bring something to contribute. I noticed that a few of my crops died and I was so sad. I'm unsure why, but I definitely watered them yesterday. I water them still today with the hope they'll spring back up, though it seems hopeless at the moment. I'm wandering around town and Alex asked me a question if I think he'll ever turn pro with his sports hobby. You know, deep down, I don't think so, but I love white lies sometimes, so I just said, yes, you're destined to be a sports legend, Alex. That seems to make him very happy. I stopped by the blacksmith to collect my newly upgraded copper pickaxe. I have a sudden need to kill the green annoying bouncy slimes and smash some stones now, so I make my way to the mines. I managed to get to level 10 and found a pair of new leather boots. After satisfying this rather odd desire of mine of slaying slimes and smashing stones, I make my way back to the farm. It's quite late already, which is rare for me since I usually go to bed around 7 or 8 p.m. I leveled up to level 3 mining at the end of the day. The next day starts with me clearing my dead crops. I don't think they have life in them anymore, so might as well get them out of my sight for the sake of my mental health. I receive a notification that the luau has started at the beach, but I want to go stop by the community center real quick to offer the quartz that I found in the mine for the geologist bundle and the cave carrot for the exotic foraging bundle. I make my way to the beach to join the luau festivity and it's so pretty and lush. I try talking to this blue-haired girl, but she's in a trance dancing, so she's unresponsive. Meanwhile, Vincent is bored and Haley is afraid to get sweaty. I'm like, girl, it's summer at the beach. You'll get sweaty no matter if you dance or not. Looks like Shane loves the hot pepper chutney and Gus is complaining about the sandflies, which if you've never experienced getting bit by sandflies, consider yourself very lucky. Marnie told me to climb the stairs on the other side of this big pot and throw in the ingredient I've brought. They sure have high trust in this town, I thought. What if I just throw in a soggy newspaper I wonder? But I was kind, so I threw in the grape I had foraged before. Looks like the governor is here too for his annual visit. I like his all-purple outfit, like he's a part of a circus or something. Pam is super excited about the free buffet, which I don't blame her at all. We then start the luau. The governor got the first taste of the potluck soup, which he said he's been looking forward to all year. But turns out it's just an average soup, so he's not impressed at all. Mayor Lewis is left embarrassed. He tried it himself and also not impressed, but everyone else seems super hungry and we all swarm the soup. I guess it's a soup party instead of a luau because I don't see any luau. When I got back to the farm at 10 p.m., I remember that I haven't tended my chickens at all today. They haven't been fed and the eggs are still laying on the ground. I couldn't greet them since they're all sleeping already, so I just grabbed all the eggs and put some hay, then I go to bed. I woke up the next day and immediately checked on my chickens. They've laid 4 more eggs and the hay I put last night are all still there. It's hot pepper harvest day again today, and my melons are all looking so ripe already, but not yet ready to be harvested. I stopped by at Pierre's to buy some more blueberry seeds and also at the blacksmith to break open 5 geodes. I got some copper ores, slate, calcite, and an earth crystal. I stopped by the community center to offer my earth crystal on the geologist bundle, then I made my way back to the farm to plant the blueberry seeds I got earlier to replace my dead crops. I then finally crafted some stone fence around my coop area so my chickens could free roam and graze throughout the day instead of having to eat hay inside all the time. This would make them happier and increase their egg quality. It's raining the next day, which I personally love because I won't need to water my crops. My plump, ripe melons are all ready to be harvested and I felt so satisfied. I mean, look at how juicy and delicious they are. Except for this one melon, which is not ripe yet for some reason. I decided not to let my chickens out today since it's raining and I don't want them to be wet and sick. I bought more melon seeds from Pierre to replace the ones I just harvested. I offer 1 melon for the community center before making my way back to the mines to smash some stones and kill some creatures. I then got swarmed by so many of these vicious bees or bugs or flies. I don't even know what to call them, but I hate them so much. I fended myself with my rusty sword and emerged victorious. I managed to get to level 15, which I feel quite proud of, so I make my way back to the farm and just go to bed. I leveled up to level 1 combat, thus earning me 5 more HP. I got 2,316 gold from today's harvest, which is actually quite a lot for me. I wake up the next day and Demetrius, who I haven't really talked at all, shows up unexpectedly right in front of my door. He said he's made a breakthrough in his research. He mentioned the empty cave I have in my farm and he could turn it into something useful. He wants to set up the cave to attract local species so he can observe them and I can harvest whatever products they produce. What a nerd, I thought. I could either do a cave full of mushrooms or full of fruit bats. I decided to go with the fruit bats, so off he goes to work on it. I harvested a few crops today, and then I realized there's another letter in the mail. It's actually from Pam, and she wants a pale ale because her throat is very dry. I don't even know what a pale ale is, but I just accepted the quest for now. I wonder why she doesn't just drink water? Like, why pale ale specifically to moist her throat? I can finally open the little door for my chickens to be able to free roam outside and eat fresh grass today, which personally is my favorite thing to do and see in this game. I make my way to the blacksmith to break open a couple geodes. I got some clay and a thunder egg, and I decided to also upgrade my axe for a copper axe. Clint says it should be ready in a couple days. I stumble upon Alex and he told me he just threw his old pair of shoes away instead of donating them. I was like, okay, good to know, Alex. Thanks for letting me know this very important piece of news about your life. I walked back to the farm and then I remember that I need to go to Pierre's, so I walked back to the town center feeling discombobulated. I bought some more seeds for the farm to replace the ones I had harvested. I checked back at my mini quarry and noticed that there are a lot more stones now. So I go ahead and smash them all to release some angst. I leveled up to level 2 combat, but I'm confused since I didn't really fight anyone today. I wonder if it's from the stones I was smashing earlier. Anyways, I earned 2,250 gold from the crops, eggs, and things I had collected today. We're halfway through summer, so if you're still here, don't forget to like this video and give my channel a subscribe for more cozy content like this. I woke up the next day to the strangest thing I've ever witnessed in my existence so far. I noticed this weird green hue on my screen, and it says that there's a green rain that has descended upon the valley. I'm like, green rain? What is green rain? I walked outside and it is indeed a green rain. I received a letter from Gus saying that he's unsure what will happen today, but he's opening the saloon up all day so people can talk and gossip about this strange phenomenon. I harvested my red peppers and I also saw there's a red snapper frenzy happening at the beach. But I was so amazed by how lush all the plants have suddenly become. And seems like there's moss every time I use my scythe on the big bushes and the trees. I tended my chickens real quick before making my way to the town center. Even the little pots and hanging plants in front of Pierre's are all suddenly overgrown and look crazy. I stopped by the saloon and Louis told me that this rain is supposed to be harmless. Elliot is using this opportunity to get wasted, it seems like. Meanwhile, this is the first time Haley has ever set foot in the saloon and she said it's quite cozy. Quite different vibes here between the two. I spent the rest of the day basically going insane and cutting grass, bushes, and trees like there is no tomorrow. I got so many fiber and moss today. Too bad my axe is being upgraded still by Clint, so I cannot chop down the trees today. It's actually very therapeutic doing this with the rain in the background. I did this all the way till late at night before I go to bed at 10 and leveled up to level 6 farming. I can now craft hardwood fence, cheese press, and quality sprinkler. In the morning, I got a letter from Stardew Valley Tribune, or short for SVT, informing me that my farm will be featured in next week's up-and-coming column. Seems like they're impressed with my quick progress. I'm like, am I famous now? It's harvest day for 10 of my corns today. I said hi to all my chickens who are happily roaming in the tall grass and grabbed all the eggs from inside the coop. I then make my way to Clint to pick up my copper axe. I can finally chop some wood again. I break open a geode and I got an earth crystal, which is so perfect because I've been needing one to make a mayonnaise machine. So right there and then I crafted a new mayo machine and I can now turn my chicken eggs into mayo every day. I look at the community board and Willie is asking for someone to bring him a Joja Cola. I hate how people in this town can be so lazy sometimes while I'm slaving away making money. But for 75 extra gold, sure Willie, I'll bring you one. I'm looking at my relationships with the people in this town. I suddenly realize how antisocial and capitalist I am. All I've been focusing is to just make money and not talk to anyone except giving cheap gifts to Alex because I like him. I need to start making more effort to talk to these weirdos and give them gifts. I decided to put my mayo machine right outside of the coop, and now that I have my axe back, I'm spending some time chopping these tree stumps to tidy up my farm a bit. I also visited my bat cave and I got 2 blackberries and a wild plum. I walk all the way to the community center to offer both of these fruits for the fall foraging bundle. Overnight, I leveled up to level 5 in foraging now, and I can pick whether I want to be a forester and I'd get 25% more wood from trees, or I can be a gatherer and I would increase the chance for double harvest of forage items. Based on my experience so far, I need a lot of wood, so I decided to be a forester. I have a lot of crops now, so I took my time to water them and talk to them. Yes, I do talk to my plants. I greet my chickens who only have half a heart towards me at the moment. I'm walking around town and I stumble upon Caroline, who kindly asks me if I have everything I need for the farm. I give it a second to think before I reply with, "No, Caroline, obviously not. I need more gold, someone to water all my crops every day, harvest them for me, greet my chickens and grab their eggs from the ground, milk the cows, give me some pigs and goats for free, upgrade my barn and tools to iridium level, accompany me when I go to the scary mine so I don't pass out, craft me all the fancy things I want to craft but don't have enough money or ingredients, chop the 100 woods around Pelican Town, find your purple shorts, give gifts to every single resident so they all love me." Anyways, the answer is no, Caroline. Oh, and then I see Harvey, who I almost never talk with before, and he reminds me to cover my mouth when I sneeze. I'm like, okay, thanks, then I left. I visit Robin to see how much does it cost to build a barn, and it's 6,000 gold. So this is my new goal now because I would love to have some cows. I then make my way to Adventurers Guild next to the mines, and turns out there's a better weapon than the rusty sword, so I decided to buy a FEMUR. Yes, the bone, FEMUR, as my weapon. I guess bones are so much better than a rusty sword. I decided to check out the onsen/hot springs, and it's actually so relaxing. It's one of my favorite things to do in real life, so just seeing this makes me want to just slowly doze off and sleep. The next day, I woke up and it's downpouring. But it's harvest day for all my peppers and tomatoes. My chickens are inside today. They're smart enough to know not to go outside when it's raining. I make my way to the community center to offer 1 tomato for the summer crops bundle. Then I go wandering to northern part of the town where the onsen is, and I realize there's this big boulder blocking me. I don't know what it is, but I'm quite curious. I spend a couple hours just floundering around, chopping some trees, smashing stones, and scything fibers. Then I remember that I have a geode I want to break at the blacksmith. So I quickly make my way there, but sadly Clint is closed already. So I just make my way back to the farm for now and just spend the late afternoon tidying up the farm a little bit. Nothing exciting, just me living my rainy summer day in the valley. The next day is sunny again, so I have to water my plants. I found out that one of the random seeds I had planted turns out to be a star fruit, which I think is quite rare and I've never seen it before. It has this purple background to it, which I think is worth more money than usual, so I just decided to sell it. I'm very excited for today because I have enough money now to build a barn. I go to Robin and I'm not sure yet where I want to have it be located. After looking around, I decided to put it here with a bunch of grass already outside for the cows to free roam. I have a lot of tree seeds with me right now, so I'm thinking of starting my own man-made forest next to the onsen to the north. I put all of the seeds there, so hopefully they'll grow just fine, and that area will be more woodsy. Ooh, I like that word, woodsy. I wander around the town and stumble upon Alex selling ice cream. It seems like he's being flirty with me today and he's been checking me out, which kinda gives me some butterflies in my stomach. I go to Clint to break open a geode and got 3 stones, so nothing interesting there. I go to the beach to collect some clams, mussels, and rainbow shells, then I go fishing at the pier. I haven't been doing too much fishing in this game so far, so I'm hoping to spend more time doing it. I got a red mullet, which is quite exciting. But then immediately after that, I only got a soggy newspaper. So I just left and ended the day super early at 6:30 p.m. because I'm just not feeling it today to keep working. I got a letter from Mom the next morning saying that she saw me in the local newspaper and she's happy that the country life is a good fit for me. Aw, thanks Mom. Little did she know that I've been working crazy hours every day, including getting all soaked in the rain. And Demetrius, the nerd guy, just asks me to bring him a melon because he's gathering data on the correlation between soil alkalinity and crop fructose level. I think he's lying to me. I'm pretty sure he just wants to eat some melons, but he doesn't have a farm and is out of money. Today is the first day that my chickens are giving me large eggs. Like, look how big they are. Today is also a mini harvest day for some of my blueberries and radishes. I offer 1 blueberry to the Junimos over at the community center, and with that, I've completed the summer crops bundle. As a reward, I got a quality sprinkler. I also offer 2 of my large eggs for the animal bundle scroll. As I'm walking around town, I stumble upon Shane, and as always, he's incredibly rude to me. I think he's just an antisocial, just like me in real life, to be honest. The next day is rainy again, which I love because I don't have to water my plants. Quite a big harvest day today. I harvested 11 hot peppers and 10 corns, which I think will give me quite a lot of gold. I decided to go to the mines today since I have a lot of energy. I'm at level 15 now in the mines, and this is the first time I'm attacking all these creatures with a femur bone. I'm unsure if this is human femur or like a cow femur or another animal, but it's definitely working better than my rusty sword. I smashed a bunch of stones and I got quite a lot of ores and coal. I kinda got stuck at level 16 trying to find a staircase. I smashed so many stones on this level before I finally found it. I eat a bunch of grapes to restore some energy and health before I continue killing these bugs and smashing stones. I was almost at level 20, but my energy is so low, and so I have to make the difficult decision to abandon the mines and go back up to surface. I go to the onsen for a bit, mainly because my bladder in real life was so full and I really needed to pee midway through my stream. And this is probably the best time for me to say thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like and my channel a subscribe because there will be more videos like this one. I also link a video here and in the description of how my spring season went in the valley if you're curious to catch up. Anyways, the next day looks like another harvest day. I got some tomatoes and I also crafted a preserves jar. I put a tomato inside and I think it will give me a tomato jelly or something after a few days. My chickens are living their heavenly life while I continue to slave away in the farm. And look, I now have a barn. I'm chopping some trees around the barn in preparation for my cows' free roaming area. I built fences around it and I'm planning to purchase some cows from Marnie's tomorrow. Overnight, there is this weird blue lady, creature on an airplane dropping a bunch of mystery box into the valley. It's kind of giving me a Hunger Games vibe, like when Katniss Everdeen was getting packages from her sponsor. Some of you might be like, oh yeah, I love that movie, and the rest of you are probably like, what the hell is he talking about? It doesn't matter, cause the next day I decided to go back to the mines and kill a bunch of these green slimes with my femur bone. I got to level 18 and this level is infested with so many flying bugs. It has a green haze to it. Thankfully, I managed to escape and kept going down the mines. I finally managed to get to level 20 and I found a treasure chest with a steel small sword inside. I'm comparing it with my femur bone and I think my femur bone is actually still stronger than the steel small sword. Quite surprising to me because I'm pretty sure a sword is so much better than a bone outside of Stardew Valley. I decided to try fishing in the mines and I found a ghost fish. Overnight, I leveled up to level 4 mining. I only have 5 more days left of summer, so I'm starting to plan ahead for fall. I actually have quite some money now, which is nice. Today is another mini harvest day for my peppers and blueberries. I chopped down these 2 trees that have been blocking my view of Ginger's water bowl. I don't know why I haven't done that earlier. And today is finally the day that I'm going to Marnie's to buy some cows. The first one is named Monizor. Second one is Fakani. Third one is Chongus. And the fourth one is named Tusimi. I'm so excited to finally have some cows because I love ranching. I make my way to Clint to break open some geodes today and I got a calcite, a mudstone, and an alamite. I think I could just sell all of these and I don't need to donate them to the museum. I stopped by the community center to offer the ghost fish I had found yesterday for the specialty fish bundle. I don't really remember what I'm doing here for the rest of the day. It looks like I was just wandering aimlessly in the southern forest for a few hours before I finally made my way back to the farm, only to realize that I forgot to say hello to my new cows and gave them hay earlier today. So I did now, even though they're all sleeping. I got a letter the next morning from George. He wants to rub his knees with hot pepper. I'm like, is this a new kind of Chinese herbal medicine or something? I did accept the quest, but feeling quite concerned about Grandpa's George's state of mental health right now. My tomatoes are done being preserved in a jar and I got pickled tomatoes. I'm not sure if that sounds appetizing to me, to be honest. But on the other hand, my melons are looking so incredibly juicy, ripe, and delicious. I harvested 10 melons and also a bunch of blueberries. My baby cows are all free roaming happily now outside the barn. I also found a bunch of fruits inside the bat cave and I just sell all of them for extra gold. I then make my way all the way to the community center to offer my orange for the artisan bundle. I go to the mines again today with the goal to hit level 25. Level 24 looks the most disgusting to me so far with all these white caterpillar looking maggots. I killed a bunch of them and basically all the monsters on that floor before a stairway finally appears. As I'm making my way back to the farm, I dug up another worm and found another lost book for the museum. I need to actually read these books, maybe later once I have a bit more free time. I leveled up to level 7 farming and I can now craft looms and quality retaining soil fertilizers. I made so much gold today, mainly from the melons I think. I woke up to another rainy day in the valley and I harvested the remaining of my melons. My animals are all inside today. I said hello to each one of them and gave them hay to eat. I craft another mayo machine and put it next to the existing one, so now I can put 2 eggs at a time every day to turn them into mayo. Clint helps me break open the mystery box and I got 10 hardwood, which is actually quite valuable. I stop by the community center to offer 5 gold star melons for the quality crops bundle, and I give 1 melon to my nerd friend Demetrius. As a reward, I got 550 gold, which is actually quite good for 1 melon. Definitely more than if I just sell it. I'm checking out the price to get a big coop and it's actually 10,000 gold. I don't have that amount of money just yet, though I'm pretty close. It would be my goal for the fall season, I think, so I can have some ducks to accompany my chickens. I still have a lot of energy left today, so I go back to the mines and I managed to smash my way down to level 30. I'm slowly getting to level 40, which is a quest I have to complete. Second to last day of summer is here and it's a harvest day for my hot peppers, which reminds me I should give one to Grandpa George so he could rub it all over his knee. I forgot where he lives, so I accidentally broke into Mayor Lewis's house and also this empty house. I finally found him and gave him the pepper. I received 200 gold from him as a reward. Such a grumpy weirdo. I asked Clint to break open a geode for me and I got an orpiment, which I then donated to the museum. I now have some money, so I go to Robin and decided to upgrade my coop to be a bigger one so I will be able to have ducks in the fall. I give so much money to Robin and I feel a little upset, so I chop some trees in front of her house as a way to express my passive aggressiveness. There's a book seller in town today, so I check it out, but all the books are quite expensive, so I cannot afford it right now. The last summer day in the valley is here and it's a nice, bright, sunny day. I got a letter from Demetrius telling me that the moonlight jellies will be passing by Pelican Town at the beach tonight at 10 p.m. on their long journey south for the winter, which actually sounds quite beautiful. My blueberry is done being preserved today and I got a blueberry jelly. It's also another harvest day, the last for the summer season for my corns, blueberries, and summer squashes. I said hello to all my kids and I don't even bother watering my plants today since they'll all die tomorrow with the changing of the season. I asked Clint to open up a mystery box I got and I received a warp totem, which I really don't think is that helpful. I never used those. I stopped by the community center to offer up my blueberry jelly to the Junimos in the artisan bundle. I spent the rest of the day organizing my belongings between the 2 chests I have, installing 2 tappers on the trees, and wandered around the southern forest when I stumbled upon Abigail. She asked me where would I go if I win a free vacation. I could go to the beach, a dark cave, an old forest, or a Joja Mega Mall. Of course I said the beach because the other options are awful, but Abigail replied snarkily that it would get old fast. I wonder if she prefers going to like a dark cave instead. And with that awkward conversation, my first summer in Stardew Valley is done. Oh wait, I completely forgot to go to the Moonlight Jellies festival tonight, so I guess I'll just have to wait for next year. Here's a sneak peek of the beautiful fall at Cozyville Farm, so be sure to subscribe for the next installment if you enjoyed this video and also give it a like. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!